Welcome to Solutions Studio. This is a free series on C programming language. If you like these videos, please subscribe to follow along with this series. Also, please like and leave a comment and share the video to help spread this series. Hello and welcome to this episode, and in this episode we are going to use some variable length argument lists. As you can see in here that we have defined a function. The prototype of a function average is in here. You can see that this average function is going to take some variable length arguments, and this is indicated by using this ellipses or three dots. Now here in the main function we have some variables. First we will print the value of those variables on the screen, and then we are going to calculate the average of some of those variables. In this first line you can see that we are trying to find the average for two of those variables, w and x, and this function average is going to take the number of arguments first and then the value of those arguments. So the average function is going to find the average of two numbers, w and x. Next line of code, you can see the average function is going to find the average of three numbers, w, x and y. And the same way on this last function, four arguments, w, x, y and z. Let's go and see this average function that we have defined in here. The average function, as the first argument, it is going to take the number of arguments that's going to be provided to this function, and here is the indication of a variable length argument. Initially we are going to initialize and declare a variable of total that we are going to use to store the sum of all of the arguments that are provided to this function. Then here is the special VA list type. Using this type we are creating an object AP. This specific type is defined here in this std argument header that we are using to use and create variable length argument lists. So we've created this object, and using this start function we will start using this object. We have provided the object and the number of arguments that will be provided to this function. And using this VA_arg function we can access each one of those arguments that are provided to this function. And this function is going to provide those values in sequence. So the first time that we access this function, it's going to provide the value of the first argument. The second time it will provide the value of the second argument, and the third time it will provide the value of the third argument. And that's why we've created a for loop that will start from 1 and it will go until the number of arguments that we have provided. And here in the VA_arg function we provide the object and also the type of data that we are expecting to get. So we are expecting to get some double type of data, and that's why we have provided double in here. And all of these values that will be provided from this macro or this function, they are going to be stored here in this variable total. And once we have got all of those arguments and the value of those arguments, we are going to end this object using this VA end. Using this macro is important because if you want to start accessing those values once again, so you can start the object once again. And now finally we have the value of the total of all of those arguments. We are going to divide it by the number of arguments so that we can get the average, and that's how this function is going to return the average for those arguments that are provided to this function. Let's go and now run this program, and now you can see these are the variables that are provided to the function, and these are the average values. And that's it for this episode. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to see you in the coming episodes. Stay tuned.